No, I think they'd like a mute button for me. Tony, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you coming loud and clear. All right, here we go. Tonight, this is the game I forgot to do. Tonight here at 7:40 Eastern Time, we have the Heat here to host the Bulls. The Heat -8, total 216.
Well, that's okay, Tony. You can put it on one of your later shows or do it because there's going to need a reset after the last 90 minutes or so with the Bulls' announcement that Zach LaVine will miss tonight's game. He's going to have some load management issues this year despite signing a $210 million contract in the offseason. Uh, Definitely, he's had knee problems through his career, and they're going to have to manage that situation moving forward. He also could miss Friday's game against the Wizards. He did play in half the team's preseason games, but they're not ready to go tonight against Miami, and neither is Lonzo Ball in the Bulls' backcourt. He's also just underwent uh, arthroscopic surgery to start the season. So the Bulls are down in the backcourt, but they will have uh, Goran Dragic, the former Heat star. The former Heat star will be with the Bulls this year, so he'll be in there. But he'll be probably coming off the bench as a six man, like he has often in his career. It'll be Caruso for the Bulls, and Dosunmu will be in there. He looked good last year. Dosunmu, he averaged almost 9 points a game and couldn't step it up into double digits, especially given his role tonight in the game, and the Bulls' backcourt being a bit depleted. Bulls will also have DeRozan, Vucevic, Patrick Williams in the starting lineup. I'm looking for the game to go over tonight. 5 of the last 6 meetings has gone over, including 4 of the last 5 at Miami. The total had actually started to tick up a little bit from 216 up to 217 and a half, and then bounced back down a point and a half after the announcement that LaVine would be out. Miami won all 4 meetings last year, Tony, and they've also won 11 of the last 13 meetings overall. The last 3 meetings, Miami ended up winning by an average of 19 points. But I think that's okay for my prognostication here, is the Heat will maybe have success in the backcourt, or maybe they weren't, especially Tyler Hero. But Hero could have a better game tonight now, going up against maybe a lesser defensive situation. They're also, you figure Kyle Lowry could have success as well. They'll also have uh, Jimmy Butler, of course, Bam Adebayo, and Martin will be in the lineup as well tonight. So I think we can get some. We can still get the scoring out of this one. I like the Bulls coming in just based on the situation to start the season. This is a little bit of news that we knew that he might have some issues moving forward, talking about Zach LaVine. No, I wasn't sure we were going to see him miss this one. We knew that Ball was going to miss the game for sure, but that'll just be something they'll have to work on moving forward, Tony, with Zach LaVine and his injury woes. So it's going to be over for me tonight in Bulls versus Heat.
All right, we got Ramon here. Bulls Heat over total here of 216. Not a whole lot of change here for the Miami Heat. The starting 5 of the same Tucker, I believe, is exited the team, but they'll fill that with some of the young guys. So we'll see how Miami. Remember, this is a team that got off to a very hot start last year. Gave people thought putting Miami up there with title hopes, but kind of faded there a little bit. Kind of a little bit of a scoring issue for this Heat team.
Yeah, they dumped a little bit unceremoniously there early in the post. We know what how their postseason ended, certainly, but I would think that I think both these teams should be fine this year. The Heat certainly might have the greater expectations. The Bulls, of course, return to the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. They were the one team that were ousted by the Bucks, remember, in the first round. So Heat, Spolstra, I think they'll be fine with those, despite a few changes there. But yeah, I mean, you got to like that, the backcourt there. I think they'll be fine, especially with Kyle Lowry and, of course, Jimmy Butler. Butler, dozen seasons now, Tony, and he's still pretty much good to go and can light it up on a moment's notice. Certainly, I think that'll be the starting 5 from what I've understood tonight. So Yeah, I think it'll be fine for the Heat. And, they are favorites here in this game now, up to 8, you say, huh?
Yeah,
So also,
hey,
we've seen that line go up about a point since the announcement of Levine being out of this game. So we're taking the points tonight on the morning steam, the steam team, Mindy and I, but also have the over tonight as my free play here on the show.
all right, over here, Bulls heat over. We're going to see Hero in the starting lineup here tonight. Over a total of 216. This one will have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time. All right, everyone, let's go over at TonySpace.com right now. We put up some great numbers over the past 7 days. We see now 982 units of profit. That is all documented over at TonySpace.com. So if you go to Ramon's handicapper page at Tony's Picks, you'll be able to verify all those numbers over on the site. Matter of fact, if you click the link to his handicapper page, this is what you'll land on. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to find all of his premium plays that he's released, all the pick offerings that he has as well up on the board here, Ramon. All right, big board tonight here from our first big board from the NBA tonight. 12 games in action, handful from the NHL, a couple of baseball playoffs. Hey, don't forget there's a college football game in there too. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, well, we might need to click a button or something like that because those plays aren't loading. Because I've got 6 plays, Tony, to start off the season. Why not hit them hard early on? I'm the top units producer over at Tony's Picks last season in the NBA, over 2,400 units. So let's roll with 6 plays tonight. I've got 2 3-packs, one for the early block of games that start at 7, the hour that starts at 7 Eastern, and 4 Pacific, and then 3 towards the later part of the card. So want to come in hot and heavy tonight in the NBA, set it off to a good start, and get it rolling with my best sport here at Tony's Picks. 1-1 last night. We had winner on the total in the 76ers and Celtics game. So got that 2 3-packs, if you will, both for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's NBA action. Also involved with the game coming up here shortly in Major League Baseball with the Phillies and the Padres. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com, pick up that game as a standalone game right now in Major League Baseball playoffs. Game number 2. We couldn't go any runs yesterday, Tony, and we ended up losing that game, but we'll see what happens today. Looking forward to it. Ready to roll here in just a short time with game number 2. I'm excited and fired up for that one. Also got one standalone tonight in the NHL. It's the late game. Pick it up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Got that one on the $15 best bet list tonight. So my best bet in the NHL, one game out of the 3, and it's in the late game. So pick it up over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Got up with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. 982 units of profit, all document over there at our site, Tony'sPicks.com. All up there right now. Best bet NHL Wednesday. Up there is $15 premium pick is a best bet, so get on board with that. 3-pack here from the NBA at $30. Of course, that is affordable pricing, and of course, profit guarantee. Now, these individual plays and these these 3-packs and 1-day passes. Our profit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credited back into your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Not so on the long term, because those are sold already at discounted price. Wednesday evening 3-pack as well. So Ramon in action heavy here from this big 12-game card from the NBA. Also action here from baseball. Matinee best bet as well from baseball. And again, instead of buying all these plays individually, you may opt for Ramon's 1-month all sports pass. You get all of Ramon's premium plays here for 1 month. It would include all his NFL and college football, all his baseball, the remainder of the baseball playoffs, as well as NBA. College basketball is in play. November 7th it begins, so it's on the way as well. So lots of action here. NHL and, of course, NBA. And if Ramon is in action, this is going to be a challenge to be in action with peripheral sports now with all this overlap. But if he is, then it'll also be part of your premium pass there. So get on board with Ramon's 1-month all sports pass. And of course, we're going to save you some money right now when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, then clicking the all cappers tab and get signed up. Of course, you can use that promo code in any of Ramon's packages if you want to get on board here with the individual plays, the best bets. You can bubble them up on the promo code. If you scroll down, you'll see the picks in yellow, which are the long-term passes. He has seasonal passes up there, 1-year pass, 1-month pass. You make the call, but head over to Tony'sPicks.com and make the purchase. And of course, use that promo code at checkout, Tony T at checkout, and you'll be able to save that 20% off. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. And of course, you're also part of that great show, The Morning Steam, is Saturday through Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Time here on our channel.
Yeah, my social media play is going to be in the late game in Major League Baseball. Head on over to Tony's Picks Ramon and pick up my pick for Yankees at Astros. We'll see what happens. Were the Yankees out drinking champagne on their way to the plane? We'll see tonight in Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. Pick up my free winner over there at Tony's Picks Ramon. And Mindy and I will be back at it tomorrow with the morning steam. We're also at it tonight with a nice card of plays from our consensus picks from the show. You can always pick up our consensus plays over at Tony'sPicks.com as well, or you can watch our show or watch our videos on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. They're always loaded up on the channel, our previews of each and every game, or the long version of the show, also on our podcast the podcast format, the plays in podcast format that going to be really popular here moving forward, Tony. But Mindy and I have been doing really well of late with our selections, with our consensus picks, if you will. Really has changed the complexion of the show and made it a lot of fun for me to do now with that, because we like to see what we come up with and what games we're on together, and that's our consensus plays. So it's been real fun.
Yeah, very fun, guys. Check out Ramon and Mindy on that morning steam show Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, they document all their consensus plays. So you want to see how they're doing when they agree on picks. They're documented over at Tony's Picks. And for those of you that watch the show, they're for free. And those that don't watch the show, they got to pay for the picks, and they do. Surprisingly, it shocked Ramon and Mindy. I said, don't be surprised, and sure enough, they do. So. Guys, check it out there. Morning Steam, great content. And as Ramon says, we do archive all the shows. So, there's still a lot of fresh content. Nothing has started yet, right? So once this show is over, you go back and check out all the archives, all the NBA picks, all the NHL picks, the baseball games up there as well. And our crew is also, what they do is they edit them individually. So you can go there and search for each individual game you're interested in, of course. And don't forget about our podcast, because the podcast at Tony's Picks Podcast, what we do is we take the videos that we upload to YouTube and we upload them individually in podcast format. So if it's more convenient for you to listen to the podcast, I know when you're driving, you can commute. You guys have that Bluetooth technology. It's very easy to play this through your car speakers when you're driving, when you're at the gym working out, when you're walking your dog, or stuff in situations like that. You guys can actually just listen to the podcast, and or if you're in bed, you want to just relax, and you don't want to watch anything video, you want to lay down, you can do that as well. Take a nap, listen to the podcast, and all the plays there from every day are posted. Or you can listen to the entire show in its entirety, or they chop it up in each individual pick for you. You make the choice, but check out the podcast, Tony's Picks Podcast, every pick in podcast format. All right, Ramon, it's always great having your show. Keep up that great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir.
You got it, Ramon Scott.